Hello, welcome back to Sacred Vapes, the channel that aims to bring you the views and experiences of products on the market today, brought to you by an average vapor. This week, I've got something quite special. It's something very interesting, if I'm being honest. I was really excited to get it, and when it finally turned up, I'm, ordering from China, what that's like. It's left me a little bit underwhelmed, but not necessarily in a bad way. But it's this, the Aspire Dynamo. Now, Aspire have had quite a subdued year, if we're being honest. 3 years ago, you had the Atlantis, absolutely changed vaping forever. You had the Cleto range, and then they followed that up with the Cleto 120. Amazing, again, massive products. And then this year, they've been quite quiet. They had the Feed Link back in April. They had the Pluxo kit, which was a bit of a strange one, if I'm being honest. Didn't really appeal to me that much, but I suppose he went for a little design and the first experiment into big batteries. And then back in August, September time, they released this, the Dynamo. Now, before we get into the details, we'll give her a vape. Little sneak peek of what's to come as well on this channel. Very, very exciting. But anyway, the Dynamo. It's a dual 20700, 21700, and with an adapter 18650 battery device. It's quite a large device. The top of it can hold, it doesn't really show there, but it holds up to 30mm atomizers. It's absolutely massive on the top. You get a side fire button, vent holes, big colour screen, USB port, 2 navigation buttons, plus and minus, and battery hinge door, which, flip it round, will show you the plus and minus on the gold there. I've currently got 21700 in this Samsung's. Now, get a little load up screen. Now, 3 clicks turns into stealth mode, turns the screen off, you can still vape. Five clicks locks the device entirely, can't vape it. Now, the menu system is used by pressing the plus button and the fire button together. Pull it back, takes you into a menu mode, and in the modes, there you go, you've got watt, voltage, bypass, TC, TCR, CPS, watt, back to watt again. Right back into the mode, you have data, which gives you watt, preheat, TCR, CPS, lock resistance, watt, preheat. So all the options that will let you set exactly what sort of vape that you want. Hold the fire button down, it takes you straight back out the menu. So back into the menu again. System, it gives you vape time, screen time, watch time, brightness. Those times is how long it stays on the screen. The brightness you can adjust. Main UI set, just what the main screen will show. Back out again. And then finally, time. You get an about section as well, that just gives you information. But time, you can set the time and the watch UI, and you get a multitude of different. Whoop, on this side, it's not going to show you. You get a multitude of different screens. So, very interesting device. We'll start with the pros, we'll go into the cons. The first pro for this is that it performs really well. It pretty much is spot on. It's quite accurate with the readings. I've had no power issues whatsoever, no misfires, nothing. It works really well. The screen, another pro, absolutely colourful. It's not picking it up on this camera, but it is a fantastic screen, really bold, really colourful. You know, it gives you 3 different screens. It gives you the main screen, which goes for the volts, ohms, amps, wattage and mode. It gives you a time screen, and it gives you a screensaver. There's the screensaver that we selected earlier. It's a clock. Now, next pro for me is that top. The fact you can fit up to 30mm devices, that's fantastic to see. You don't get many of that. I love the 5-click lock system. That's another pro, because again, you don't get that many devices that do that anymore. They'll shut the device off, and you know, I like having that lock function in place. Menu system's nice and easy to navigate as well. That's another pro. And the fact that it's battery compatibility is so wide, that's another pro as well. You know, it certainly gives you them sort of options that you can vape at whatever batteries you want within reason. Move on to the cons now. First con for me is going to be the battery life. Now, I don't find it very long. I mean, I've been vaping this. I mean, he was freshly charged. Camera's not picking it up, but it's about that much is gone. Apparently, it's 20% increments. No matter what, it's going to go down by 20%. So it's never an accurate reading of what you're getting. And even so, it only lasts just over a day. I mean, even for this, in the purpose of doing this video, I left it for about 24 hours and found the battery drain quite big. I mean, it definitely took a chunk of those coloured bars off. So compared to something like the SkyStar, which did it fantastically, which you didn't see any battery drain, this actually has quite a bit of battery drain, which it's never a good thing. I mean, following on from that, next con, there's no shut off. Literally, the way you turn this device off is take the batteries out. That's not a good thing for me. Especially, it's a standard thing. If you're going to get it right, like the SkyStar, then absolutely you can have that low power mode. But if you're gonna have any sort of battery drain in there, you've got to be able to turn it off. And compared to something, I'll compare it to the Espion Infinite. You know, if you left the lights on overnight, that's when you're going to get battery drain. Otherwise, you don't see it. Same as the SkyStar, as I say, that no power drain whatsoever, or if it was, then it was minimal. So that's a con. Next con for me is that how to get into the menu system. It's a little bit awkward. See, it's just having to press them 2 buttons together. I mean, navigating the menu is very, very simple once you get in there, but I think that's a bit of a negative for me. Next negative is that battery door. It's very fiddly to fasten and close again. You know, you saw me struggle before to try and get it out and get it closed. Yeah, it's kind of, you have to push it down in a certain way to get it closed over. It's fiddly, and it's very easy not to close it properly, but the batteries will still read in the device, so then it's very easy for the batteries to come out. That did happen to me once. Right, apart from that, there isn't that many more cons about it. So we're going to the overall now. And it is a very, very good... Oh, sorry. No. Let's roll it back. Roll it back. There is one more con. Completely forgot to tell you. It's the fire button. Now, if you listen, the fire button, when I fire it... Now, the fire button, when I touch it... It clicks. Now, the way the mechanism works is that it's not going to auto fire doing that. It's not going to stick in place and fire, because you still have to push it down. But it sounds as if it is going to stick in place. It's that clickiness. Does me head in a little bit, if I'm being honest. I don't know if it's exclusive to this one or whether it's going to be for everyone, but that's a con for me. So overall, back to the overall, and it is a really good device, if I'm being honest. It performs really well. It feels well. There's not too much weight in there. I've liked using it, but it's the little fiddly things that saying, like the clicky button. you know, like, I mean, there's 3 screens. I mean, there's 3 different screens you go through to vape. You know, that's a bit excessive for me. I just think that if they'd simplified it a little bit more, then they probably would have had a fantastic piece of... Sorry, if they'd simplified that very much to 2 screens, then maybe have the colour bars change to the speed box. I mean, just to show you what I mean, that changes, and then as you fire, the bar moves to show how your vaping time. So if they'd simplified that, if they'd made maybe 3 clicks into the menu and just had a stealth mode within the menu option as well, then that would be a little bit of improvement. And the battery drain, I mean, hopefully they have a firmware update out already, because it's been out for a few months that fixes that. I mean, so I'm not going to say it's a terrible device, because it isn't. It performs really well. If you like the look of it, absolutely pick one up. But I just think it just could have been refined a little bit better. And if they'd done that, it probably would have been a massive, massive hit, especially with that big colour screen on it. But yeah, thank you for watching. As always, really appreciate everyone that watches these videos. Now, the way I've had to refilm this video, so the second video is now live now. The juice review for Vapor Depot. Just a little quick juice review. Next week, I'm planning on bringing you a big vape tank review. I'm between 2 at the minute. I'm probably going to go with the one I had in mind first. It's going to be the UL Crown 4. And the one after that, the one the week after, even better. And I'm going to hopefully be able to bring you a juice review as well. One I've been using at the minute. But yeah, as always, thank you for watching. Really appreciate every single one of you that watches these videos. If you want to leave any feedback on the videos, leave it in the comments below. You know, I'm starting to collect a little bit of feedback now, so there'll be improvements coming in the coming weeks for this channel. Hopefully be able to make these videos better for you guys. But as always, stay safe and keep vaping.